everybody. Nice to see you all. It's me, it's Kat.
And it's me, Sav.
And we've got the kitten. But never mind, we've got to put up with some things, haven't we? We've got to put up with that. So how is everybody? Everybody fine? Good, that's what I like to hear. You'll see me looking over there because I can see the chat over there. And I'm easily distracted, as you all know. So what are we doing tonight? I don't know. What are we doing tonight? You see how that blooming gooseneck?
Jealous. You're just jealous.
I'm a bit quiet, says Put. I know. I've tried doing that and I can't figure out what's the matter. But I'm having a few sound issues. And nothing seems to be making a difference. And I don't know why. So I'll shout at you. Oh, turn it up at your end. My mic's right up, I'm afraid. And the sound's right up as far as I can get it. So I don't know what the problem is there. Shout louder. I'll have no voice left at the end of the hour. Lee, you're rotten. Good lad. Yes, at least somebody had the sense to turn their volume up. I can't do anything about it at this end. I don't know if it's a camera because I've changed cameras. But I just can't get it. You know, I can always play Geek Loud videos. It's me that can't get any louder. And I can see, you know, from my controls here, it's not as loud as I would like it. But I can't really get it much louder, I'm afraid. Anyway, cat hair on the mic. The bloody cat on the mic. I don't know about cat hair. So, what have we got for you tonight? What's the cat's name? It's called High Five. Oh yeah, High Five. Yes. It's called High Five. Is that a surprise? Amongst the other horrible names it gets during the week. So, what have we got for you tonight? Well, we've got some little updates. I've got some bits and bobs to try. I got some juice today, which isn't, well, that one's not exactly a new one on me, but that is, I don't know whether you can see it, it's tobacco ice. It's from iVapor Elixir and it's the Decadent Vapor range. But he sent me a sample of raspberry ice. So I'm going to try that. And I bought some bottom coil cartomizers from iVapor as well, from Toby. If I can ever get them out of the packet, that is. Notes of a simple. Notes of a simple. And there's an XL dual oh.
How long should I let you struggle up for?
Tell them what it is.
It is an XXL dual coil Guest and cartomizer.
There you go. One of them as well. So, I'm going to try these because I don't think I have. But then I've got a bad memory. But I don't recall taking anything out of foil, so I don't think I have tried them. And we'll do it in combination. Yeah, with the juices.
Well, you've tried that one.
I tried that one ages ago, and I vaguely recall I liked it, hence I bought that.
Well, obviously.
You know, but I'm not awful sure.
I liked it.
And I believe it was something like nicotine's good for not my case.
Yeah. Used to have a really good memory before I started smoking.
I'm not the only one that's having trouble with their memory. But I'm going to try them, as I say, in combination with the juice. And I'm liking the colour of that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Wouldn't you like a lipstick like that?
It's very gummy bears colour.
It's very gummy bears, so we'll let you know. We've had a little look around the forums today, So it'll be a case of a bit of an update on Forum Watch as to what's going on. You know, you're right about this sound. I'm not happy. But I don't know what to do about it.
Don't know, but if you play a video in now, you will deafen everybody.
I'll deafen yous. I'll deafen yous all. So there you go. So, that's what I've got in mind for tonight's show. We're not starting Room 101 yet because we need info from you guys, don't we?
Yeah, we need ideas. We want you to nominate what you want to put in.
Mm-hmm. And we've decided after a lot of thinking that we can't use the name Room 101. Let's face it, it's been done before. Right? So we don't want that. So I think we'll go with Hi-Fi's suggestion. Do you?
Yes, I think so.
Room CR2.
CE2.
CE2. What's a CR2? A battery.
A battery.
Close. Now it can be, well, you know what I'm like. Maybe we should call it 901.
Or 306.
Or
Be in
306.
a room 901 or 306.
Tell you what you guys decide. 101.1. I like that. I like it.
No, I get confused enough as it is.
And I ain't calling it menthol.
No, that was a suggestion to go in it, which I vetoed straight away.
You vetoed it.
Yes, I did.
You've been talking to Dave, don't you? Using an awful lot of words.
It's just little.
Uh-huh. Right, why does Jules change her name to Excess Seabiscuit? I think it's got something to do with the pop-out chat. So there you go. You see, I'm a mind of wisdom.
Mind of information.
I'm not having a good day, everybody. So don't expect the best from me tonight, because I'm not having a good day. It's been one of them. I've got something on order, though, that I'm waiting for. I ordered... What did I order?
I don't know.
I ordered a tank.
J-Tank? No.
Oh, J-Tank. Was it a J?
I don't know.
J-Tank rings a bell. I ordered a tank. One of them with the Dalek tops. You know?
Is
So,
that picture? Miss Well Prepared.
no. I'd forgotten all about it. I wasn't even going to mention it because I'd forgotten, but I just remembered. So I've got one of them ordered anyway. I can't see my head around that pop-out chat, said
Get
Cetus.
my head, not see my head. You really need new glasses. It really makes sense when it has get in it rather than see. The secret of the chat, if you're going to use the pop out, is make sure you're logged out of the bottom chat before you pop out the top chat, and then you just log into the top chat, and it doesn't tell you you're already logged in. I know.
Why is everything in life so bloody complicated? Do you know what it is? Like when I started vaping, you had a 901, you had a 401, and a 801.
Yeah.
And that was it. And life was relatively simple. And now, people are talking in the weirdest language ever.
I know.
I mean, WTAs, DCAs, up your Jaxias. What the hell is all that about?
Well, I've got a DCU.
Have you?
Yes. I bought one the other day. After watching Dave sitting with plumes of vapour, I was very jealous and I went straight over to Ben, UK Liquid, after the show and bought one and I love it.
Okay, where is it?
It's in my little bag.
It's in our bag.
In my pink bag of
So are we going to see this DCA? And tell me what a DCA... What?
Dual coil atomizer.
For God's sake, I can't get me tongue around dual coil cartomizers. I can't for the life of me buy a treble.
This bag's like something maybe Poppins has got. Looks slightly bigger than a normal 510.
Right.
You can try some of the raspberry ice on it if you would like.
No, you can. You're the one that's got the the DCA.
Well, yeah.
Sounds like an airline.
I'll just see what's on it first. I think it's
An excessive TLEs. Excessive something.
You're not kidding.
I find it incredibly confusing. I cannot keep up. I cannot keep up with all these A's and what's it. And I'm forever saying to people, well, what's that? Because I don't know. But there you go.
Yummy.
That smells a note. What have you got in menthol?
No.
No.
It's a menthol free zone. It's for flavours only. I've got Malibu pineapple.
Okay. Well, for once, and I'm going to the forums here where everybody's talking about the smell of various juices when you're vaping. I couldn't smell a thing off that one.
Smell that. If you can't smell that, then you're broken.
I think I'm broken.
No,
No,
you're broken.
I'm broken. Has Sav been having a good day, says Mighty Mouse. She seems to be quite giddy. What's giddy?
I think it's giddy.
Oh, giddy.
Giddy spelled different. Have I been having a good day?
Just put it with me now.
Not really. I just prepare.
We've had a rotten day. We've had building work going on behind her. The neighbours next door are getting walls knocked down. So we've had building work on that side. And then somebody's bloody house alarm went off for 3 hours. So no.
God, that's nice. Your throat level.
You've got tears in your eyes, girl.
I wasn't expecting that. Wow, I think it's slightly less large, smaller. That's the word I'm looking for. Nearly swore.
I was like that a few weeks ago. It's her turn.
Oh, it'll happen to you. Oh, I like that.
I didn't even dare breathe it in.
Come on, give it a go.
I did.
It's worth it.
It got as far as my teeth. I wouldn't let it go anywhere.
My gag reflex kicked in. I may have to turn that down.
10.4.
Oh, my eyes are watering now.
Which idiot told you this was good?
It is.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, jeez. I'm buying some of that. It's good stuff.
That raspberry ice tastes like, do you remember Dentine?
Nah, I've never had Dentine.
That,
Oh.
does, it, does anybody in chat remember Dentine? It was a chewing gum designed to clean your teeth. And it had a germaline type taste.
Oh, dear me. I'm trying to... You've turned it down a bit.
I've turned it down a bit and I still won't breathe that in. It's a bit strong for me.
Oh, dear me. I mean, how strong is that? That's only 18 milligrams.
It's not the juice, it's that.
I'm glad I didn't put my menthol in this.
It's that.
I would have killed myself.
I mean, are you tasting the raspberry in that? I'm tasting something, but it just tastes like Dentine chewing gum to me. I'm not a... To me, fruit... Putting fruit with menthol isn't quite...
Oh, see, I love peach with bin menthol.
No.
I think that's... And I like that. I do like that. I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, there you go.
I was just sit quietly with it.
She's
Trying not to kill myself.
She's not going to sit quietly, is she?
No.
She's just not going to do it. Right, I'm going to try filling this jewel coil. It's a bottom coil. Can't imagine it.
Dear me. I've never coughed like this for years. Oh, it's Welsh. No. I won't finish that sentence.
She was going to say it's well stuffed.
I was.
Because it is.
Very well stuffed.
So I don't know. I mean, the stuff is even coming out the top. I'm not sure how, what, or why. And... But it could be interesting, so I'm going to try filling it from the bottom.
Do you fill them from the bottom?
I've no idea, but I am going to. And Mr. Dawn's telling us to give it a Brazilian. I read. Let's try.
I'd like this juice.
Well, that's just as well.
I've got it up to 8.9 now and I can breathe.
Right, so that's some gone in. Wait. This is odd. But obviously you've got to make sure you get the bottom well wet. If it's a...
See, Biscuit is saying, get Dave round to put some professional touches to this show.
Aye.
Yes. I think that probably would be a good idea.
Yeah. That one hit the floor.
It don't stand in the car.
What have you done with it?
It's down there.
Oh, yes.
In the
Whoa!
It's just got the cat in the face. Oh, you kicked it further away now. Another one.
I'm having to get it with my bare toes.
Oh, I wouldn't vape. I'm not vaping that. I'm not. It's not gonna happen.
I think I've got a cold.
No, it's just this juice.
I mean, nose is running down.
So's mine.
Right, decorum.
Yes. Nice and calm.
You see, I'm a bit worried about putting Meadowfur in there.
I've been having problems.
Well, I wasn't that worried because I've done it.
I've been having problems getting my drip tips to fit in my dual coil with DCCs.
You see, you can't see it either, can you?
I can say dual coil, can't mind it.
Oh,
But it's
fine.
quicker to say DCC. I can get me other pink one, but the black and white one I can't.
Right, decorum. I'm trying to be serious and I've just read what Mr. Dawn's written. For those of you not watching the chat at the moment, Hi-Fi Stud has just typed, "Cat's built the wrong way up. Her feet smell and her nose runs." And I can't argue with it.
Oh dear.
Wow. I like.
Atomizer or juice or both? Sorry, cartomizer.
Both. That's more up your street, but it's bloody lovely.
That's 1.4 rules.
I have no idea what it is. I never
I've
bothered.
just told you.
Right, that's good.
Yeah, I could be deaf. I mean, I bought that myself.
If you're not a menthol lover, you won't like this.
It's a bit dry though. I don't think you've got enough juice in it.
No, well, I have probably about a mil, and the bits I put up top. But the main thing is I've got the bottom coil should be well and truly wet. What is it they reckon they take about 20-30 drops?
I have no idea.
But
I'm happy with my raspberries here.
I am quite liking that. But the trouble is, dripping on the top when you've...
That's why I've got a gooseneck.
Yeah, I must get me some one of them. Because
No,
I don't want juice seeping in. There's not, but it could so easily have happened with me doing that. That's not the right way to do it. So when you're filling one of these, any newcomers out there, do not fill them in situ. Take them off and just slip them in there, because any additional juice there is will just run straight through and stay in here rather than go into your device.
You're getting plenty vapour there.
It's usually do with these. I'm liking that. I must admit, that menthol just works with a tobacco flavour. But you have to have liked menthol cigarettes. If you do, this tobacco ice is very reminiscent of a menthol cigarette, isn't it? More stronger, of course. Not more menthol.
Yeah, much stronger than a menthol cigarette.
Which brings up another subject. Have you got those things you bought to show?
I have. In my bag.
A few months ago, on the news, we mentioned about the cigarette market. The fashion industry was getting involved, and they were trying to produce cigarettes just to appeal to women. And this is what Sav found. Have you seen the thickness of that packet? Have you ever seen anything that's more likely to appeal to young females than that? I mean, how much are these things?
$5.70 or something.
But wait till you see what passes for a cigarette these days. Let's compare this to a drinking straw. Isn't that ridiculous? I nearly put this image. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. But young girls, especially, are going to buy those.
Yes, and they're called Allure.
Allure. And did you say they were in different colours?
Yes, you get them with the patterns on black, which are normal ones. They're the menthol ones, and there's Allure Lilac.
Bad, isn't it?
Because they're definitely marketed at females. You're not going to get a man walking into a shop and going, "Can I have 20 Allure, please?"
No, definitely not. So she thought she would get some of those and show you all, to show that this market is definitely Because you got them with your online shopping, didn't you, from Asda?
Asda. And I mean, you've probably all seen the silk cut in the square box that are very much marketed to women.
Yeah. Bad that, you know. It's bad. But there you go. And I know Mighty Mouse brought up a subject the other day. Was it in this week or last week's show?
Last week's, I think.
Yeah, about hospitals in the States. And that news has finally came to the UK. And it's about hospitals, hospital workers. Let's have a look. They are banned from coming into work, smelling of smoke, or lighting up on breaks. I mean, come on. That is ridiculous. And this is Christus St. Francis Cabrini Hospital in Louisiana. Officials want to protect patients. I mean, come on.
So what happens if you've got a partner that smokes?
You can't work in there. Or get rid of your partner, I think.
No, get divorced because your partner makes you smell of smoke.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I found this on UK Vapors today, and I did laugh at one of the responses that somebody put on, saying, nasty stuff, that smoke on clothes. I died once just by looking at the clothes worn by a smoker. And I had to laugh at that. And they pointed out it might be a tad difficult to enforce.
You'd like to think, but it's getting more and more common.
And it's getting more and more ridiculous.
Yeah.
More and more ridiculous. I printed it off just so that I've got it for future references. Ridiculous thing, and all the people that... I'm sorry, Mighty Mouse, that you already mentioned it, but with it hitting the news here, I thought it was about time that we did mention it. So that's that one. Absolute madness. That's more stuff on the floor. Not very well organised tonight.
No.
Mm-mm. Yes, Mighty Mouse, it is ridiculous. Now, something else I spotted on the forums today, I'm going to show you. And it's something called a Deoxit Gold. Right? It's a product. And I'm going to show you on the camera. Hopefully it's not turned the other way, as I printed it off. There you go. Connector, cleaner, enhancer and protector. Deoxit Gold. Now, when I had a look what was being said about it, it was on ECF on the GG forum. Somebody was calculating, now this is not my kind of stuff, right? Calculating resistance based on measuring voltage drop under current load, right? And for the test they used a GGTS, an AW2900 milliamp hours 18650 battery, and a D-Bridge standard 2.3 ohm 510 atomizers. And they cleaned the contact points first of all with isopropyl. Now you know I'll have got that wrong. Alcohol. So I'll read what it says because I'll get things wrong if I don't. I first cleaned the fuse post inside and outside and fuse spring ends. I then cleaned the positive and negative battery posts as well as the battery terminals. Blah blah blah. Firstly I disassembled and cleaned the switch assembly and also the threads of the GGTS. Now they went on to check that with a multimeter and achieved the measurements I believe they are showing there. Now hang on, I'll find the camera. There you go. There you go. Right, then They cleaned everything up. There's another nice picture of them doing all these tests. Nice picture. There you go. Right. They cleaned it again using this product, and these bits of paper. Right. Now I'm going to give you the exact measurements here. With the isowatsit alcohol, the resting battery voltage was 4.9, the current draw was 1.28, and the RD voltage under load 299. When it was cleaned with Deoxit Gold, the resting battery was 408 volts, the GGS current draw 1.32 amps, and the average voltage under load 3.38. Based on these numbers, there was a voltage drop of 1.10 volts from the battery to the atomizer due to the internal resistance before Deoxit Gold, and 0.7 volts after the application of Deoxit Gold. So as a result, the voltage to the ATI had improved by 0.40 volts. The internal resistance was reduced by 0.329 ohms, and the wattage had increased to 0.63 watts. So there you go. It would appear that it's quite a good product. So it's interesting stuff. A little bit of interesting stuff for you all. Deoxit Gold. So whether that's available in the UK, I do not know, but I shall find out. Right, other bit of news that we've got. Regarding the Super Tea products, P18 owners can upgrade shortly. If you bought a P18, in the very near future there'll be new locking buttons, fancy conducting end caps. So that'll be coming along quite shortly. These are the, there you go. All mod cons here, we'll show you pictures. So those will be coming along shortly. Okay. Right. And the other bit of news I found out, and you probably already all know this one, but Liberty Flights Co UK are going to be selling the Buzz Pro. Did I not say .co.uk?
No, we said co.uk.
Well, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. And I think we've got some prices here somewhere.
I think they said about £85.
Yeah. Stock expected in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So there you go. I've done a little bit of work on Forum Watch. And of course, tomorrow we've got Mr. Wicked doing his tour of Yorkshire. So if you live anywhere near any of those points, which I believe are Scarborough,
York, Driffield and Harrogate.
Yeah. The times he's going to be there are all on ECF, and well, Sav's going to have a look and she'll tell you. But get yourselves along and get yourself pictured with Mr. Wicked. See how it goes. And next week, don't forget everybody, we've got the Angler's Rest, isn't it? It's called?
I think so, yeah.
We've got the vaping with Rusty and friends. We're going to be there. So get yourselves along. Yeah, it's going to be a good day, that one.
Certainly is.
So we're looking forward to seeing you all there for a vaping. And the Angler sounds lovely, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Right, for the roadshow, first stop between 10 AM and 11:30 is A Touch of Glass in Scarborough. Then from there, from 12:30 till 2:30 is going to the Bluebell at Driffield. From 3:30 till 4:30, where are we? Choice Select in York, and his final stop from 5:30 till 7. He's at Bed in Harrogate, but apparently you have to book for that one if you want to eat, because it's a very busy place.
Right. 24 Kings Road, Harrogate.
Yeah.
You can jump into bed with the big chief.
Whatever float your boat.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know how people would want to do that. Nah. But there you go. So you've got all that going on next week. Excuse me. Tomorrow. Aye. Well, it's next week to me.
Next week to you.
It's tomorrow, you know. So get yourselves out there and get along to these things and enjoy them. You know, but those of you who can get to Barnsley next Wednesday, please come along. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure everybody else is too.
Yeah.
It's going to
be
fun.
a really good night.
It should be. Now, talking about P18s and the products that Super Tea sell, somebody asked the question last week, why nobody on VTTV had a product from Super Tea.
But it was after seeing Dave Kitson showing his new P18. I've seen and never seen any of the presenters with the Super Tea product.
I've got one. This one, not unlike the Super Tea, similar sort of switch, except the switch is brass.
That's the Super Tea 6, isn't it?
Yeah, Super 6. And the connector up here is brass also. Right? And it did come with various connectors for different atomizers. It also has an adjustable drawer. It runs on a 14500 battery. But as you can probably realise, I don't use it. And I don't use it because I'm not very fond of that switch. It has a curved finger indent. So you have to get your finger in that in order to switch it. And mine was inevitably there in the wrong place. So I wasn't too fond of that. Plus, I don't have a battery in it at the moment because the 500 are all flat. I didn't like the fact that when you change battery, you tip your battery out and everything else comes out with it. And I found that a bit of a faff because it doesn't always go back in where you want it to go.
I liked it.
You used it.
Yeah, I liked it.
For a while. It was not for me. It cost an arm and a leg and 10 fingers because I believe I had to pay customs duty on it, and I believe I waited 4 months or possibly more for this. I put it on order and I waited a long time. And it's a beautifully made piece.
Yeah.
Beautifully machined. Really nice. Probably nicer looking than the P18s, I would say. But I didn't like it because of that.
Needs a clean.
It needs a clean, but then it's been sitting there for ages. So there you go. One of the presenters does have one. And one of these days I will get a battery charged up and show you how it works. I never feel a huge need to do that because they're battery holders, you know. They're only going to work.
As good as the atomizer that's on the end.
And the battery, you know. So it's not a huge favourite of mine. It now resides in the drawer. And that's where it will stay, you know. But there you go. So it's not a case of presenters don't have one. It's just I am not a huge fan of it. And like you, I'm no different to any of you. You get a device and you favour that device, don't you? And that's the one you tend to use. And I'm exactly the same. I'm no different to anybody else. So anything you see me use on a show is not to impress you or anything like that. It is because that's what I use every day. And yeah, if I get something specifically, I will tell you so, you know, and if I continue using it, fine. But I hear that sound. Skype just does my head in with that sound.
Turn the sounds off.
Yeah, well, I'm not touching
I
now.
know you're not.
Because if I touch it, I'll break it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I will break it. Now, I'm going to show you something else. Something that Sav found having a look around the forums. And this was all about forum.
Yeah, it was on all about.
And we found some pipes on there from a company called sunpipes.net. Now, I took some of the photos off, not all of them, so I haven't got the full selection on here. But have a look at this. Now, that's what I call a fine looking pipe. Now, as you can see, the price is, you know, €115 on that. But what a handsome beast that is. And that one's, I'm tar-tied. This one,
It's my favourite.
this is your favourite, Sarah, isn't it?
I love this one.
Oceana. I mean, that is a beauty. That's €155. But that's lovely. And I mean, I love the way the website is put together and how they've advertised, how they've displayed these pipes.
Yeah.
Because you can see the list of pictures. Fabulous, you know. And the last one I have for you is called America. That one seems to be out of stock at the moment, but what a beauty. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, that one's 155, and I think we found one at something at 95 even.
They said the cheapest start at €95.
Yeah. So those are stunning. So get yourselves over to the pipe people out there. Have a look at sunpipes.net.
There's some fab pipes about at the minute. I'm really liking the whole pipe thing.
Yeah, me too. I must admit, I'm quite keen.
I was Sherlock Holmes pipe.
Well, when are you, Dee?
I do. I'd love one.
Sherlock Holmes. I mean, can you imagine? She looks bad enough with that, but you may as well have a Sherlock Holmes.
I'd love a Sherlock Holmes pipe. I'd even wear the hat.
You'd even wear the hat, the deerstalker.
I would if I had a Sherlock Holmes pipe.
Well, they are nice, and I must admit, I've found those pages very, very attractive. And I thought I'm going to show you guys because they are absolute stunners. So, I'm going to put a video on. Well, not a video, a little trailer. Just going to let you watch a trailer.
Turn it down first, or he'll deafen them all.
I'll turn it down, or I'll deafen you. Be back in a second.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey up, are you alright?
Hi.
We'll be right there. Put a silly hat on.
That's a recipe. And good evening, one and all. Here we are with tonight's VT Talk.
I've quite a few questions coming in already.
Yes, going live in 3, 2, 1. Pardon me, please.
There you go. Played a video, and it worked.
Turn the volume back up.
Turn the volume back up. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, mother? Terrible, isn't it? Speak up! I'm speaking up. Right, so that's basically it for Forum Watch this week. I've found all the bits and pieces of relevance. Is the volume on? It's he for real? Mighty Mouse, I'll slap you. He's saying, is the volume on? Somebody else is telling me not to shout. I kind of win. I'm going to have a look at this, what Toby sent me.
What is it again?
Oh, you're being funny now. It's an XXL dual coil something. Doesn't say what the something is. I'm assuming it's a carton iron.
I'm guessing it's a carton iron.
God, I end up with I like that one, mind. I must admit, that one I've just tried.
The bottom coil.
Aye. And any idea, can you see on this desk anywhere what I did with that Clearo?
Clearo?
I had a Clearo. Did I throw it away? Is it in my bucket? No. No, don't worry. I was going to show you.
Ah, a clear carton iron.
Yeah, I was going to show you a little thing I found out, but never mind.
I brought mine to compare it as well.
Yeah, I must have chucked it in the bin or something. I've got, well...
Not more gunky carton irons.
No, that one is quite clean, as you can all see. But when I vape them, after a couple of hours, these oxidise, as Mr. Dawn tells me. They go very, very dark brown, especially at the bottom.
Yeah, mine don't.
And yet it doesn't happen to Sav.
I mean, that's...
And I don't understand that. What I have to do is I have to sort of top them up and then get a hanky and blow, and this juice comes out. Now, I did keep the cloths so that you could see what I mean. Can you see the colour of them? And that brown gunk comes out, because I'm sorry, it may be perfectly harmless, but I don't like the idea of vaping it.
Yeah, that's mine after 2 weeks now. Well, a week and a half.
Week and a half. Hers is like that. And mine is virtually jet black after a day.
That's 2 days.
Amazing. What about you guys? Will you tell me? I mean, people say it depends on the juice, but we're both vaping.
Menthol. I'm vaping pure menthol with
Yeah.
ethyl maltol.
But you would think the ethyl maltol would at least turn it. I'm finding that quite odd. So I'd like an explanation if anybody knows what it is. And the temperature, we both had the Darwins at the same temperature. So it isn't that.
Steve Mack's saying could be the flavouring reacting to the heat on the coil.
Could be, but why doesn't it happen to Sav? And they're both a mixture of PGVG. I believe we both had the same, even from the same vendor, but it was both were sort of fruit based, weren't they? Mine went dark brown black within 2-3 hours.
Oh yeah, mine didn't.
Well, flying on vape, don't buy clear. Yes, that's a clever answer, except one day I had a non-clear Carto on, and I went to top up the top and top up the top. You know what I mean? All this black juice came out the bottom, and I thought, no.
I like the clear ones because I like to see if something bad is going up.
I don't think I'm drying them out too much, because with the clear ones I can see, if anything, I'm guilty of the opposite, of putting juice in too soon. But you never know, I must be doing something different to Sav, and I've no idea what it is. So I am going to put a little bit in here. It seems a bit big to use the other method, but I am going to put it in a cup. Sorry?
Said I'm giving myself a headache.
Giving yourself a headache? Yeah, I mean, everybody talks about the hiccups. I don't get the hiccups. I get a headache.
Oh, I get the hiccups sometimes. That's really not a pretty sight. So what's that? That's that one more.
Aye.
No,
Aye.
what?
It's it's
Oh,
the
that.
XXL dual coil.
Aye.
It's a little bit coming at the bottom there, so that must be okay now. Because I put a fair bit in there. We'll leave it sitting for a second or two and then I'll go back to it. Because sometimes when you syringe fill them, I think you push the juice straight out again. I prefer a slower way of doing it.
I don't have time.
I know what you mean.
I fill it, it's because I want to vape it. And I want to vape it now. Not in 5 minutes time.
I can see by this one though that it's dried out at the top already, you know. So there we go. Also, we spoke last week on when we were discussing Forum Watch about the chappie in UKV who was using 54. It's nice to see on the updates there that someone gave him some snus and that was him quite content.
Hopefully it'll solve the problems he's been having.
Yeah. There has been some mixed reports coming out lately about shisha. And there's quite a bit of confusion goes on with that because shisha can contain tobacco, yes. But do remember it's not being burnt. It's being heated to extract the liquid from it, which is a totally different process, so it's not being burnt. But in the UK, we're very lucky that we can buy shisha, yes, of course, but we also can buy molasses for the likes of a hookah or for the iolite. And there is no nicotine in that. There's no tobacco in that. Okay? It's very, very nice, and you can add nicotine to it. And I have done. But the big drawback is the fact that you've got to clean the molasses out of the iolite straight away. If you don't, my God, it sets like concrete. And it doesn't take long. So keep that in mind, that the two things are distinctly different. You don't have to use nicotine in a hookah. Mighty Mouse, you really don't. But, you know, it all gets a bit confusing. But just keep in mind, molasses, shisha. Molasses, shisha. Two different things, okay? Right, where was I? Aye. Oh, look, I've got a pair of glasses hooked on the end of it. So we'll now take that one off there, and I'm going to try this one. And don't ask me what it is.
What is it?
It's been a bitch now.
Ooh.
Ooh. XXL dual coil from Toby at iVaporElixir.co.uk. Now that is totally different.
What did you put in it?
Well, it's now to do with the taste, because at the moment I can still only taste that.
Right.
That's a very airy vape.
There seems to be quite a gap between. Are they the ones that used to have the skirts on and don't have the skirts on anymore, or not? I don't know. I get confused.
Don't we all?
There's too many things to confuse me.
Would you like to try that? Tell me what it reminds you of. I'm sure we've covered these before, you know.
That's not even an ohm.
It's not even an ohm.
0.9.
It's an to me.
I think it needs to be turned up because that's only now 3.3 volts.
Come on then. Yeah.
It's alright. Taste is good.
It's a bit airy. It's a bit 801.
Well, I like 801. But
You liked 801.
liked,
And that's what it reminds me of, an 801. That airy vape, it's incredibly light draw.
yeah, it is.
But flavourful. If you
Oh,
don't
right.
mind something a little bit airy, but gives you some flavour, I wouldn't say I would be aware that was dual coil, would you?
No. But that's running very low at 0.9, which I don't think it's meant to be.
3.3 volts, 3.3 amps, 0.9.
I mean, that's
Oh.
turned right up to 10.7, so it needs to turn up even more to give it some open.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this at 1.5 is giving it 3.6 volts.
Mm-hmm. So, although it's very nice, if I was looking back in time, when I used to vape 801s all the time, I would say, yeah, how do I think of that as an 801? I'd be quite pleased with that as an 801. Would I use them today?
No, as I say, I'm guessing it's reading lower than it should be. But as I don't really know what it is.
No, I don't know either.
I do brother.
I'll have a quick looky. Whereas that is a much stiffer draw, and that's more for me nowadays. I do like that one. I think that's corker, and that's the bottom coil one. And this particular one is stainless steel, because I fancied stainless steel instead of black ones.
Yeah, this should be 1.5,
And yet it's coming up as
0.9.
right. Well, I don't know what that means.
All good. That's what it means to me.
Bucket. It was brand new. I've just opened it up.
Well, if you put that on a non-variable wattage, sorry, I wouldn't do it.
What's it gonna do?
Not work very well.
We didn't work very well before. It just works like an 801, but I don't feel it's dual coil. I know
That's
it must be.
because it's not. It's broken. It's too low.
Try that then. So get your things for room
The impact is flat. That's what happens. That's got enough power to run it.
CE, room CE2, 306, 901, 801, 101.1. And send them to info at, where are we? vaportrails.tv. And we'll see about getting this up and running as quick as possible.
Send videos or pictures and a compelling argument as to why you want them in whatever room they're going into.
And on that note, we see we've hit our time. So I'm going to say it's good night from me, and thank you all for joining us once again. And what's the finger gun for?
Turn the volume down before you deafen them.
Turn the volume down before I deafen you. Night night, everybody.
Night.
Night night.